I'm just walking my dogs here next to the railway line. It's very deserted around here, so I can let them off without muzzles and stuff. But I just came across this piece of paper on the ground. It seems so contrived, but it's true. I'll just show you what this is. Look, a piece of scrap of paper on the ground. I've gone up to it, look, and this is what it is. It's a list of verbs: rubbing, sitting, slipping. Actually, that's next one's not a verb. Amazing, or maybe it is. Maybe to amaze. Raising, deciding, smiling, being, ooh, hard one, queuing, and get off, guy, and promising. Look at that, isn't that weird? Bunch of verbs just lying there on the ground. What this brings to mind, the last one actually, is one that kind of jumped out at me, promising. Some of the others should really, shouldn't they? But the last one is promising that jumped out. Because promising, I think I'm right in saying, is what they call a performative. It's a kind of language which isn't just doesn't. I'm coming out of Austin here. This is a writer called Austin, and he says that there's some language doesn't just describe the world. Oops, like there is a train. There is a train. No, that's me describing the world with language. But some language, he says, actually does something on its way out of your mouth. It has a function. And he says these are performatives, and promising is a performative. So when I promise something, I don't do anything. I don't describe something. I don't do anything in addition to just saying I promise. The words itself do it. I think the other examples are things like naming. You know, if somebody smashes a champagne bottle on the side of a ship and says, "I name this ship." I mean, yes, they smash the bottle, but the act of naming comes from the words that's coming out of the mouth. It's performed. The words are performing an action. They're shaping the reality of the world in some weird way, even if it's just by changing the name of something, or promising, or apologising. That does the same thing. You know, you don't. I mean, you might follow up with some actions, but the apology itself is in the words "I apologise." Or swear, you know, if you're in court, and I know a little bit about this from recent experience. If you swear to tell the truth, you don't do anything in addition to saying those words "I swear." And things like that, you know, happen in kind of religious ceremonies and legal situations, like I'm now pronouncing you man and wife. The pronunciation carries out the action, or at least puts the little bow on the end of the various words that have led up to that point. Weird that. I think what Austin goes on to say is that, you know, that all words and all language is in some ways performative. It's all doing something. Even words that appear to be descriptive are actually performing something. Not so sure about that. I can't fully get that yet. But it's weird, there was just a list of words on there. What's that about? Maybe it was like out of God's pocket, you know, when he was designing this particular piece of Cheshire. Oh, shit. God, now, where did I leave my amazing word? Where did I leave that promising thing?